Welcome to our Mastery Monday on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Blessed New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to this new experience of our energetics, our physicality, everything that's moving about in our field, especially right now as we're receiving an incredible amount of energy, which, of course, we help co-create when we go through our own immense changes as we have been. So I'll begin with a short meditation, and I'm going to share a bit about what inspired what we're going to be doing today, as well as the energies that are present from my perspective and my experience. And if you'd like, you can write in chat where you're coming in from. I always like to just know, and I know some of you are ready, so I know we have some great East Coast energy, some UK energy, some West Coast energy of the US. So just excited I'm always excited to have this well-rounded presence of energies through the lands here. So, and then I'm going to lead a nice meditation to bring all of this together that we've been experiencing from 2023 into what's happening now and what's going to be coming forth through our field, through our experience. Ooh, Maha from Slovenia. Sweet. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, great. In LA. All right, so I'm just going to welcome you all and invite you all to take a deep breath in, close your eyes if you wish, if you're in a safe place to close your eyes. To just take a deep breath into your body. And as you're breathing into the body, just letting your shoulders drop and you're feeling yourself in your seat. To welcome yourself to this moment. To invite yourself more fully, more completely, more clearly into this moment, into your body, into your breath. And with each breath as it's coming in, just inviting the breath to really sink and settle into the body, opening the body. And welcoming in this moment an opportunity to have gratitude for yourself and life and for this breath of life. That you're here in this moment. You get to be here with yourself. That you chose this moment for yourself. That you chose this moment to be with others as well. And all that's here and available. So in this moment, we will take a deep breath in and seeing this beautiful iridescent light around the space. And just welcoming a color or colors around your body. Maybe it's white, maybe it's gold, maybe it's multiple different colors or shades. That represents the energy that can support you, your body, your energy. And inviting this light and this energy to harmonize all the energy bodies with the physical body and all that you've been experiencing with your mind, your heart, and your body. Just welcoming the light of harmony, the frequency and vibration of harmony and balance and calmness through your breath and through your body. that you invite an opportunity to let this light come through the top of the head, down their center channel of the body, that you invite it just envelop and embrace you. The wisdom and intelligence and love of this energy flowing down through and all the way down through the root. And letting that flow all the way down through the floor and the ground into the heart of the life of Earth, our connection here, our support, our foundation. And gratitude in this space, in the heart of Earth. And all the elements, and all the beings, and all the energies that we connect with, that support us and we support in this exchange of breath and energy and consciousness and love. That we welcome a wholeness and a connection so deep and so pure. It's infinite and everlasting as we breathe up through the body. As we breathe up through the body, we welcome this energy to continue to allow us to settle into our own body and our presence and our space. As we welcome it up all the way through and into the heart, letting the heart expand with ourself. And letting that flow up to the top of the head, gently flowing, allowing it to come into the infinite light of Source. The infinite light of Source. And then letting that cascade around the whole outer edges of our energy body, the whole bubble or egg of light around our physical bodies, all the way down into the center of the earth, and back up through the center of the body, and up through the center of the body and around. Just letting this beautiful light flow with the intention of connection to self, any healing that's needed, any balancing, harmonizing, opening. That it happens with ease today. Letting everything settle. And if you wish to, just allowing yourself to come into any space where you're welcoming any intentions or healing that's needed for any part of your being in this moment. Just letting this energy receive you, receive it. So as we move forth in our conversation and in our meditation, that you receive here what's needed. Beautiful. As you take a deep breath into the heart, just welcoming the connection to everyone else who is here and everyone else that is on the replay, and the highest connection of our souls, of ourselves, and what we get to share in today energetically, or through our voice, through our vision, and all the ways that we receive each other. Beautiful. All receive each other. So taking a breath in When you're ready, if you wish to, opening your eyes to the space around you. Allowing yourself to be present here in the space. Ah, wow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're starting the new year off with a bit of a blast of energy here. And I know last week and the kind of previous week, there was an incredible amount of energy that was winding up, which happens normally around the new year because there's so much movement, of course, through the holidays and then, you know, the idea of the new year and what's closing out, what's beginning, you know, all the ideas that we have, maybe any of the healing and the intentional things that we're doing. It creates a lot and a lot of energy and a lot of momentum. And and then of course we had the solar flare that we're receiving today through the energies of how it's connecting into Earth. And so just recognizing this amazing co-creative process that we have with our cosmos, with with the world itself, and with our intentions and what we're creating in our lives, like on a daily basis, and what's happening as we shift from these waves that we've gone through of 2023 to continue to clarify and purge and come into our mastery and our embodiment. Uh, there's a setting of a stage right now of these energies that are moving through right now to really, really, really deepen that sense of wisdom of our mastery, to really deepen that sense of connection to those points that have been weaving together over the last, you know, several years, but particularly all the densities that we've been becoming more aware of and relieving this year of ourselves, or just getting into the levels and the layers that we have to come into that more of the synergy of our presence and our physicality and the living consciousness of matter and energy itself. As matter itself wants to expand into consciousness, we are expanding that with it. And as I was sitting with the energies the past couple of days, I've been feeling, you know, a bit tired, been feeling there's some moments of just blah, like, you know, I want to do nothing but be outside. So yesterday I took a really beautiful walk, and we have a nice layer of snow, and just breathed in the air and the freshness. And there's some swamps up the road. So I was just connecting in with the water and the ducks, and, you know, just really being present with just that stillness, that space, and recognizing, you know, the emotions or the thoughts that come through as we create these moments for ourselves of these deeper transformations or these deeper embodiments. And as everyone and everything is receiving this code, you know, this code of mastery right now of saying, all right, what what next level are you ready to upgrade to? And what parts of yourself are saying yes, what parts of yourselves are resisting, as well as I'm watching even some of the uh, personifications of our cosmos, the personifications of the archetypes of our reality being dissolved, being transformed, you know, coming into another level of mastery of the embodiments, the expressions, the ways that we are moving together in reality right now. And so I'm watching a lot of the ley lines, the power spots shift and move, as well as the what we have called the memories or the ideas or the places that have held a certain energy in place on the planet or within the cosmos, within the different planetary systems, uh, to support all the beings, what we agreed to be and how we agreed to communicate and be together. There's so much shifting right now. There's so much shifting in that right now because we're shifting. So I'm seeing this ripple effect through the mastery layers of ourselves, through the archetypes, through the archangels, through the crystalline ley lines, through all of this right now, going whoosh, here we go. Like, who are we becoming? What are we becoming? It's like standing on that edge right now of going, wow, this is all that we have held for how long of our existence in consciousness. Going to, wow, we're going to be shaping a new cosmology. We're shaping uh, a new astrology. We're shaping a new way of symbolism in our embodiment of source. And so it's a massive transition. It's a massive, transmission that we're receiving right now. And so the words that were coming, the the words that were coming on Sunday were, the path is clear, the path is clear, the path is clear. And I had my sister and her husband asked me to do a cacao ceremony with them. So we sat in this beautiful ceremony, the three of us together on Sunday, as a way to just connect in with the cacao, but also uh, just being together, just being together in that synergy. And they just said, they were just open. I was like, well, what's your intention? What would you like to receive, in the ceremony? And they're like, just what wants to come through. And that was what wanted to come through, is like that immaculate, infinite sense of self that is here and now. And the recognition of the path that is clear before us and in us and around us. And even though sometimes when we look out at the world, it doesn't seem so clear, or when we feel into ourselves and we're like, well, this feels a little confusing or discombobulated or whatever. And there's all these things happening. And we're like, oh, I have to make some decisions, or I'm not quite sure, or it's challenging to, actually make the decision and move through that, that bridge, that transition. It's like, ah, if we can just settle into the space of the now. And so this really beautiful meditation came through that I was like, oh, I want to share this, when we come together, of this bridging and this connection of the now and the stillness of the now, of what we've come through, what it is that we might be holding. Because around the new year, we have all these ideas of like, oh, this year, I'm going to do this and I'm going to have this, and I'm going to become this. We like create all this energy, right? That gets really built up and sometimes can frizzle us out or create, more tension or whatever over time, especially if we don't meet those expectations or anticipations or intentions, right? And so we want to ease that energy. And it's something I like to do every new year for my community and all of you and myself, to recognize all of that we are maybe receiving as who we are becoming and what wants to come alive through all that we've been experiencing, and let all the waves of what's coming, have all that come into the now. Have all that come into the now, so that we can settle those energies and ground in and anchor in to the energy field, what really is present for us, as well as allowing that openness to the connection to the divine timing and all that's there for us, for what we are receiving and what it is that we do want to create or shift or change in our realities, so that we can synergize all that experience, so that we don't get all, you know, lost in it sometimes as we can. So so that's what I'd like to do. And then also just notice the parts of ourselves that we may have been connecting into these greater energies with over time, whether it's certain guides or certain elements, or, certain behaviors or mindsets that have been holding a certain pattern for reality that maybe we've been holding the codes for, or channeling the codes for, right, into this world through this physicality, this embodiment. And just notice if what's happening there with those, so that we can come into coherence with with these new levels and layers that are coming through right now through our consciousness and our body. So, so I thank you for this comment. Wonderful mastery energy or being. It's really funny because I didn't quite feel that this morning. I was like, oh, I just want to rest. I just want to do nothing. I just want to like, you know, but I also know that it's because there's a lot moving through. And as my system's coming into coherence with it, there's that experience, so just to be present with that is not to maybe get down on ourselves sometimes when we're just feeling like, oh, there's so much happening, but I just feel like I need to check out, because sometimes we do need that time to integrate. So I slept until about 9:45 this morning and it was great. So just giving yourself that permission to just be, with what's here, what's now. And um just also noticing in myself just a bit of sadness because I'm here at my family's house and I'm getting prepared to leave and shift into this next experience where I get to go travel. I've decided to go travel a little bit after this and visit some friends and do some, I've been called to some certain parts of the East Coast, the Catskills, and some other places that are calling for some grid work. And so that's next. That's where I'll be this coming weekend uh, to to have some fun as well as have fun with playing with these energies that are wanting to ground in some of the power spots. So that are opening up right now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's begin. So our meditation today is what I'm, calling the path is clear, and to really let that sink in, to really let that sink into the mind, the heart, as we unify the mind and the heart. And so we're going to go on a little journey. We're going to go on a little journey through this whole field that we've been holding through these years, what's present, what's coming, and really bringing those two together through bringing the heart and the mind together with the soul and connecting these levels and layers that are opening up for us individually and collectively. So with that, there's so much joy. It's funny, I sat before this and I sat, before we came on the call, and just like we can feel that tension as things are shifting in us and we can feel that experience, it was just like, wait, we know our practices, we know our tools, we know what's present for us, and we step into it. And the more we can step into that stillness and presence of that experience, we can step into this moment even more full, more rich, and of the energetics. So let's do that. Let's do that today together. That's what I did so I could show up for you today. Mm. Yeah. So let's take a deep breath in. Let's take a deep breath in and feel into the breath and recognizing what it is we are feeling, what it is we have been noticing, what it is we are opening up to, what it is we're choosing. Just noticing maybe any and all of the energies that are present for you, whether you're feeling great, maybe you're feeling great and in your body and present, and maybe there's some tensions or some unknowns or some movements that you're unfamiliar with, and or maybe you're actually experiencing pain or physical pain or anything that you're feeling. Just noticing maybe what thoughts or emotions, physical sensations, experiences that you're having. And just noticing, and as you're breathing in, just welcoming that acknowledgement of them. We're going to bring in the quantum love sanctuary, a beautiful light and energetic container that's full of pure love for you and that you inherently are, that gets to surround this space with the embrace of the soothing, soft energy of your soul that's whole and complete and in its highest wisdom and love to support you. That you just get to be held right now. You don't have to do anything or create anything. Just allow yourself to just breathe into being held, being supported. You just get to breathe into the breath of the support as you just acknowledge each of those pieces coming up and just acknowledging them and then letting them be embraced by this love, this energy. Just welcoming in the opportunity, just being you, whatever sense of self that wants to breathe through the heart in this moment, just to breathe through your body and around your energy body, just holding you, supporting you, like you just get to lean back into a soft space of love, of connection, or lean into, and just welcoming and inviting more of this softness and presence through you. And as we do this, we're going to welcome a beautiful golden light through, just allowing that to take any residual energies of any of the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the tensions, anything that you've been experiencing or holding, just to let them flow into that light, or maybe welcoming that light to surround any parts of the physical body that need support. Good. So we welcome, welcome, welcome a beautiful white light of clarity around the energy body and through the energy body and through the center channel of the body. That you welcome the wisdom of your clarity, the clarity of source, the clarity of your soul that's always present. You just welcome the opportunity through this experience, just the pure clarity of self. And as you're in this clarity of being held in clarity itself, that the cells of the body receive this clarity. The mind, the heart, all of you receives this clarity. This clear, crystal clear energy. That just is. That just is. That just is. Just taking a deep breath in, feeling your seat, feeling yourself even more deeply here, just to sit in your seat and be. Feeling your breath in and out and welcoming that crystal clear light of the clarity of your breath. Beautiful. And in this moment, in this crystal clear space, welcome yourself into a path, maybe a space that you really enjoy being in, an environment that you really enjoy being in. Maybe it's right where you are. Maybe you have an indoor space that's sacred and beautiful, or maybe you're outside. Just imagining yourself on a path or in a space that you feel very nurtured in. Maybe you're by the sea, or you're in the forest, or you're in an open meadow, or just in a cozy space. And you're breathing in the air and smelling the smells. And you're feeling the texture of the space around you and below your feet, where your feet are meeting the space around you. And you're feeling the temperature of the air. And you're seeing the colors around you and hearing the sounds around you. Maybe you're feeling the sun shine upon your skin or the breeze. You're just welcoming yourself to just walk along this path or to sit somewhere comfortable. And as you're walking along the path or you're sitting, you're recognizing the space behind you and all that you've walked through. All that you've walked through in the past day, in the past week, in the past month, in the past year. And there's a beautiful golden light threading along this path behind you, weaving all the awareness and transformation and healing and shifts and changes into a beautiful golden light. And all that is there that remains, that still needs any acknowledgement or compassion or forgiveness or healing, this golden light is weaving it perfectly together, allowing the shift of any thoughts or feelings or emotions or patterns. You dissolve or transmute into this golden light, allowing all that has shifted and changed to fully come into symmetry. Within your space, within the field of your being. And all that you've walked through in any other spaces, times, or dimensions, just receiving this coherence as well. any that has come before in a spatial time, distance, experience, that all of that is received through the source energy and the golden light of this moment now in this body. We can lay down or let go of anything that you'd like to in this space, with gratitude for all that has come before this moment, welcoming the energy of gratitude for all that we've learned, for all that has come alive, knowing the support that you're receiving now to weave it all into a beautiful, harmonic support the now and what's to come. And as you continue to walk or sit and be in this beautiful space, you just recognize your body and your space and your experience now. Maybe all the thoughts and ideas and intentions of what it is that you are feeling to do, to be, to create, to change. Just noticing maybe all those things that you've thought of or have come to you or have been shown to you. Those things that you might feel on the edge of, like, oh, I can feel that, but I'm not quite sure of exactly what it is yet, but I know it's coming. Just letting the golden light surround you with all of that, with all of that. And in this moment, we're going to ask a white light to surround it to relieve any pressure, have tos, shoulds. Just asking for any pressure that you may be holding around your life, yourself, this coming year, this moment. Just surrendering it into the light. Welcoming in an opportunity for that clear energy to continue to flow through this golden weave of what has come before into this moment now. Just offering a space to just be. Offering a space to just be. Welcoming in the energy of trust, the energy of strength, and this clarity of self. That in the being of this moment, of the now, of yourself, feeling your feet, feeling your body, feeling your energy, that all is here. And all that's to come is weaving itself in. As you walk down this path, there's a golden light ahead of you, weaving itself forward and all around you, above you, below you, all sides of you, that as you are in this body, in this moment, in this breath now, all the energy is weaving itself to support you, to bring you, embody you as who you are and what's present for you in each moment, to support all that you're becoming, all that you are. And all the octaves of your being in any level and place and space and time of your mastery, of your embodiment, of your consciousness. coming into resonance with the flow of energy through source, through the sun, through the earth, through the center channel of your body. All the parts of you that you've been, that you've held, that you've experienced, that you've witnessed, that you've allowed, that you've strengthened, that you've transformed. Whatever name it was called, whatever energy it was called, whatever location it's in, whatever embodiment or form it took on. Just allowing a dissolution and an embodiment of the new energy that it gets to be in its fullest expression now. That all the coding is available in here through the consciousness of self, through the consciousness of soul, through the consciousness of source. And just allowing it to happen, to be. And in this moment, just settling into a place as this golden light is weaving itself in perfect symmetry of you. And in this place that you're coming to, there may be a beautiful light in front of you or a door that you get to just notice. And on the other side of this is that place of you, the future self of you that's already fully in itself. It's going to greet you and share with you and merge with you just to support all that's here to come and all that is. And so when you're ready, just stepping through that light or opening the door and walking through and being greeted by the beauty, the magnificence, the immaculate beauty of you. It's being received so fully, so lovingly by you. Just noticing the sensations, the feelings, this beautiful embrace of light, of energy, of wholeness. Maybe you're looking at a being, maybe you're looking into their eyes, or maybe you're just feeling or noticing, sensing. Maybe they have something to share with you. Maybe you are sharing something with you right now to support you. Any information or any further healing. Just being in a moment to receive. And together in this receiving, you notice this beautiful, clear flame of light in front of you. The light that is the infinite spark of life, force, energy of source that's ever present with every cell, that's so clear, so clear, so whole, so present. And together you step into this soft, strong, clear flame of light, uniting the mind, the heart, the body, the soul, uniting all parts of you. Consciously connecting being, and allowing yourself to just be whole and full and clear in this moment and all moments. That each moment is the fullest expression of you. And allowing yourself to just settle into this, into a space of connection, welcoming the unity, welcoming the wholeness, welcoming you. The infinite strength, the infinite wisdom that's here and now, and always has been and always will be. I'm just going to sit in stillness for a few moments here, just allowing and being the now. So as we breathe into the body, we breathe into the heart, we welcome the mind into the heart to move forward in the stillness of the now, the purity of the love of being, that all our thoughts can be embraced by the purity of our hearts and soul is in the body. That we welcome this year of strength and infinite embodiment, that we welcome it from the place of now, the place of being in the richness and the fullness of each moment, and the divinity and sacredness of the moment that holds all that is needed in each moment. That we receive clearly, we feel clearly, we speak clearly, we move clearly. And that we receive the support in all ways that we do when needed. And all the anchoring of all that we've been and all that is now and all that is coming. Just that we anchor this stability, this symmetry that we've created here now in this moment. Just welcoming this into the body, into the bones of the body, into the nerve system of the body, into the DNA of the body, and into the breath with the center of the earth to allow the continued connection and foundation of the consciousness of ourselves in this body, in this realm, to flow with ease. Beautiful. And welcoming that knowing that as we move forward, that we're still in an experience of receiving all the information and all that is needed for what we are creating and becoming, to fully land and be. It's all available here and it's all in motion to be received at the same time. Just allowing and opening to that space in between of what's familiar and unfamiliar as we move and shift with life. In this moment, just taking a moment of gratitude for yourself and all that is. As we allow the energy of compassion and freedom and openness and clarity and joy and harmony to embrace us and our breath and our body. Feeling your feet, feeling your body, feeling the air around you. Just taking a moment to bring yourself here to your body in this space, welcoming your energy body if you wish to, if you're really expanded, to come closer to your physical body to allow you to integrate and anchor in, ground in, and be present. As you open your eyes, welcoming the space around you through this new lens, through this new being, through this new connection to self. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for going on that journey. It feels good to bring all of these pieces together, you know, when we're in these, transition zones. And as we know, as some of you may know, or, read or noticed yourself that, 2024's, the numbers is an 8. And so we're moving into more of that connection to strength, more into that connection of the infinite wisdom of the self that is able to move with more awareness and consciousness through the body, through the mind, through the heart. and weave, be the weaving of all that is in the moment into that. And that's the strength of the mind, the strength of the consciousness, the strength of the will, the strength of the heart is one motion. So that's what we get to remember of what we've been cultivating this past years, right? Or lifetimes, right? Of this consciousness to move into more of this strength, more of this willingness to be in that flow, to be in that infinite clarity, that our path is always clearer when we're recognizing and moving with that inner infinite strength of self, of soul, and recognizing, what we call the abundance of life, the richness of life, the fullness of life that we are. And I know, like for myself, I was having these moments, my tiredness is due to a lot of the energies coming through, but also just the lack of sleep. There's been so much moving through this past week that when I go to lay down at night in bed, because my days are so full in interaction with family and such, that it's like, it's finally that time that I get to be. I'm being throughout the day, but it's just that you're by yourself. It's different, when you're by yourself in that being state. And it was like, whew, I'd be tired, and all of a sudden it's like, whoop, all right, time to time to be with the self and the energies. So I've been up, a lot of nights I've been up late and just in it and experiencing and noticing and uh, looking out the window at the forest and just being with the energy and welcoming welcoming in that, what I was saying at the end there, because I was kind of looking at, the trajectory. Sometimes when we look at the trajectory of our lives and what we may have wanted to get done and what we didn't get done and what we want to get done and where we wanted to be by now and blah, 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 it's like, that's what we're doing in this motion today, of just letting all that go. Because sometimes when, it's not here yet. So if it's not here yet, it's not here yet. Because the information, the energy, everything is still landing for that embodiment or that expression to have its space, to have its form, right? So that we get to relieve that tension of what we're holding. So I was like, huh. And it was kind of more of an observation. I was like, oh, I wanted to do those things, to be at a certain spot within things that I'm creating, and it's like, none of that got done. None of that got done. And it's like, oh, wow, how come? What was the motion of not doing that? It's like, oh, because there's things that are still formulating, that are still percolating for me to be able to have the energy or the vibration or the information that wants to be created with that. And so it's the same with when we get, an idea or whatever, when it's landing, sometimes there's, as we're clearing and things are landing, there's all the multiple layers, that need to come together in that one perfect moment for it to have its expression and then that next expression, right? And so that's that infinite space where it crosses, where, oh, this is coming through. Oh, here we are. We got that. Coming through. Oh, here we are. We got that. All right. It's just that motion, that flow that's always moving together. So when we recognize that, when we can come into that space, that everything is always moving together, right? Whether we think it's separate, it's never separate. So welcoming in that, this is a year that we really, or a time, a moment now, where we're really going to saying yes to that fluidity even more, even more, even more deeply, right? So that when we notice we're off in the thoughts, like, oh, wait, bring it into fluidity. What's here? What's present, right? So just welcoming that. And that's the strength that that we've had to summon this past year, right? To move through what we did, to keep recognizing that we've created a strength, a foundation to keep moving with that. So, I'd just like to open it up to see if anyone would like to share anything that you experienced or anything that you'd like to just share into the space. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure how to say your name. It's Maha or Maja, but thank you. Feeling such peace and beautiful. So much love to you. Yeah, Kathy.
Wow, you probably noticed that I came out of it really fast earlier than what you were speaking. Um, I was afraid I wouldn't get back. I was out there so far. Oh my. Um, yes, I agree with you. Um, this clear path that we are at the door, at the first stepping, the first couple of steps that we're on this path, that is so bright and so wide and so clear. Um, the only thing I can think of is when I'm doing some yoga or tai chi, and I'm moving my energy in and pulling it back, and it's like flowing like on a beach, feeling the water pulling you out and letting you come back in and stuff. And the whole path for me was that way, that energy of 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 receding and expanding, receding and expanding. And then there was a column of light, and, and it was gold or yellowish or bronze. I don't know. It was yellow. We'll say that. And inside the column were pieces. And so I stepped into the column and felt the spinning, and things were coming off. And that's what the pieces were the things being um, that were being pulled off. And so I just stood there and just felt the energy, the speed, and it just kept getting faster and faster and faster until I just sort of poofed out of it, poofed out of the column of light. So it's another facet of of where we're going and the potentialities of what we can find on this path. So, and I couldn't hear. I'm going deaf, Kristen. So I couldn't hear everything that you were saying. So I just dropped into my neutral, my still point, and that's where all of this came from.
Nice.
Is my still point. So I'm sure that there were some similarities in what you were describing and stuff, but yeah, I'm going into a new phase of other communication skills
Yes.
um, that don't require hearing or seeing. Different ways of hearing and different ways of seeing. And so, yeah, that's for this new year, that this path that I see. I'm shedding all of the old stuff that is not necessary for this new direction that I'm going off into. So um, that's the best way I can describe it. And I'm sure it really follows along with what you were describing also, the weaving and the braiding and everything, and letting go, and you know a different direction and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. Yay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, you've got great hearing because you were
it's
right
not
with us.
it's not with these though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You've got a great hear, it's like because you are so connected, you're able to tune into the energy. And it was beautiful what you were doing. it may not look the same. It was it was what we were doing. And so beautiful. Well done. Yeah, for listening. True, I think that's what we're all learning to do too, is listen from all these different places, not just rely on our ears, but really come into the subtle listening. And so just sending your ears some healing and also welcoming the beauty of the subtleties that get to be picked up when we're hearing from a different space. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. May all come into a beautiful symmetry for you in this coming movement of your life. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. Ah, yeah, Brenna, thank you. Just what I needed right now. What a beautiful journey. You left so much behind to move forward. Much love to everyone. Thank you, Brenna. And Savannah, this was the most beautiful meditation journey. After meeting my vibrant inner child, I saw myself turning into a being of light, so wonderful and precious. Thank you so much for facilitating this. And thank you, all the beautiful souls sharing this path. Thank you. Thank you, Savannah. Beautiful. Yay for the inner child. Oh, not sure if you can hear the dogs in the background, but they're going. Something's got them going. Yes. Diamond Heartbeat, Charmony, so wonderful. All this and the beauty. Yeah, beautiful shares. Thank you. Oh, would anyone else like to come on and share your voice? You can either raise your hand in participants or you can raise your hand on the screen. You want to unmute yourself and share. Oh, I'm not seeing anybody else. Did I see anyone else?
I'll share.
Oh, yay, Gordon.
I got here late. I just dropped in the middle of the meditation, but I just had one really uh, sweet little thing to contribute. Was as soon as I came into the meditation, I was very, very sensitive to what you were talking about there towards the end, about the idea that, we have this idea of how we want everything to go, and we've got these plans and intentions and da, 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 da. And I've been in that maelstrom for a long time now, trying to impose my will on something that is unimposable, so to speak. So I just felt that relief right there. I was, just even before your words, I was in the release of that and just relaxing into, just whatever's flowing right now and not worrying about my status or my state of being or my state of whatever it is I think I'm supposed to be. And so thank you very much. That was just a nice little hit that I needed to get for today. So
Beautiful.
great to see everybody. Thank you for that.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Gordon, for sharing and being here. Ah, yeah. So at the beginning, I was telling people that I was going to be traveling and doing some grid work in the Catskills, and Gordon is one of the people I get to do that with. Gordon and I have done some other crystalline grid work before together on the lands in our travels. So here we go again. Grateful for that. Oh, so about anybody else? Alice, thank you for sharing the things you have been feeling, moving through. I'm so grateful for your positive words, meditation, divine inspiration, and guidance. Thank you, Alice. Beautiful. Thank you. Ah, okay. Anybody? No? Beverly? Okay.
I really love the description that Kathy gave, because now, and Gordon, because I obviously try to impress those and control people that I shouldn't be, but I was releasing the same thing, and the way Kathy described it, now I see myself in the middle of it like a tornado going up, and then everything just releasing in all directions. It was so cool, so now I'm gonna focus on that. Okay, I'm standing here strong in the middle of this unity and flow. I'm in the center and everything's going out, in the whirlwind. So I thank you, Kathy, for that perfect description. And Kristen, it was just lovely, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, Beverly. Beautiful. Ah, so wonderful it is when we get together and share in this depth, in this place, in this space, and recognizing, even though we're all going through these motions and there are all these things that are happening all the time, that we get to, remember to, drop in and be in the now, and really recognize, that space is what allows all those things that we don't need to shift, and the things that we are walking into or becoming to just be present as we walk in, and the path that is clear in this immaculate new beginning of life. That, that every breath, every moment is the new beginning. Every breath, every moment is the new beginning of the welcoming, of the love, of the shifting, of the letting go, or the embodiment, and it's such, stepping into that space where the paradox happens, where it's all right here, yet we're still becoming, we're still embodying, right? And the more we can remember that, the more we go, wait, right. It's all right here because I am, and this is now. And however I show up in the now is allowing what's accessible for me to see it, for me to hear it, for me to be it, allow it, come into it, surrender it, whatever it is, right? That's the magic. That's the point where we become the dancers in life. And it's so powerful. So thank you all for being here. Yeah. Yeah. Alice wanted to share. I'm in my meditation. I was in a field of sunflowers, smelling the scents of the flowers gliding through the grass and enjoying the feeling of the sunshine on my face. Thank you. Yeah. Beautiful. I had to bring the sunshine in there because in this part of the world, for those of you who are in the Northeast, sometimes we don't get a whole lot of sun in the winter. It's very sunless most of the time. I've only had a few glimpses of the sun in the past week, and even my son was like, "Where's the sun? Like, why aren't we getting any sun?" Because even in Arkansas, when it's 20 degrees out, it's sunny. So like, what's happened to the sun? Same in the West Coast. Yeah, yeah. So beautiful. I love the sunflowers and the sun and the beauty. Thank you for sharing that, Alice. It's a beautiful space to be in. So, so I appreciate again every one of you, and just always in the space for allowing that knowing of the clear path, and welcoming and inviting the clear path in all that you are, in all that you do, in any moment, so that the strength and this experience of the becoming that we are, we get to do so with maybe some more lightness. We get to do with some more lightness in our hearts and our minds and our bodies, and allow that flow. Allow that flow. That recognition of the now and all that is and what it is that we're creating. So much love to all of you. I appreciate all of you. And I was just, yeah, Lisa, dropping deeper into surrender and flow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Philip. Yeah, absolutely. Staying in the eye of it all, the chaos, the beauty, whatever it is. Absolutely. Staying in that center. So I just wanted to share one more piece before we end, but it was interesting because I wanted to do it yesterday. I really was like, oh, so I so wanted to just be with you on the first of the year, just really start it off. And it was like Sunday, I'm writing the email. I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. And there's those pressures of like, you feel like you want to just get something done, get the information out. So, and I'm just like, you want to know what? I'm letting that go. Letting that go. I'm going to know when I know, and I'm going to share it when I share it. Right. And people may be wondering, and that's okay. We're all going to receive. And then it was like, the family wants to be together on the New Year's Day and just hang out and be and make some food. And I was like, okay, we're doing that. So it was like I woke up Monday morning knowing, and then I was like looking at the numbers, and I'm like, oh, today's an 11 day, a 2 day. If we look at the mastery of 11 and then the number 2, if we wanted to, bring the 11 together into the 2, It's like, wow, this is the day of the high priestess. This is the, if we were to look at metaphysically, as we're shifting and changing, we're writing a new book. That's what the high priestess does. She holds the book of creation, and we're always writing our book. It's already written, and then we're always writing it. So it's like, oh, here we are on this day to be able to share in that, and just really appreciating that. So welcoming that, welcoming the unity and the mastery of our creation in all ways, in a clear, infinite way. So thank you all so much. And may you have a wonderful day and week, and we'll be in touch. I'll send out the replay. So love you all. Love you all from the bottom of my heart and from the depth of my heart. And if you want to unmute yourself, thank you, Christine. Unmute yourself to say your salutations, please do.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Bye-bye now.
Happy
Bye.
New Year, all. Love you.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Take care.